Hello, everyone. My name is Ava Thomas, and I am the Assistant Director of Racial and Educational Justice. Today, I have a really great opportunity for you to have and participate in not one, but two read aloud books. And this is part of our week of celebration. It's our week of engagement for honoring and recognizing Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. With me, who's going to be doing our read aloud, is Janet Hudson, who's a first grade teacher at Maywood Hills Elementary School. Janet, do you want to say hi to everyone?
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Ava and the Northshore School District for allowing me this wonderful opportunity to take part of this important celebration. I chose two books that are really near and dear to my heart. And when I first read these books, I had so many connections to the characters and experiences, but also I felt really inspired by the themes found in the book. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to read these books with you.
Yeah, so our first book we have today is called The Lotus Seed. And let me zoom in so you can see me. Okay, the first book we have is The Lotus Seed by Sherry Garland. And this is about how can we care for our community. And when I say community, that means our friends, our family, our teachers, our peers, and our classmates. And it's about celebrating who we are and where we come from and all of the diversity that comes with that. So Miss Hudson, do you want to kick us off with our first novel?
Yes, please. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is The Lotus Seed by Sherry Garland. It's illustrated by Tetsuro Kyuchi. My grandmother saw the emperor cry the day he lost his golden dragon throne. She wanted something to remember him by, so she snuck down to the silent palace near the river of perfumes and plucked a seed from a lotus pod that rattled in the imperial garden. She hid the seed in a special place under the family altar, wrapped in a piece of silk from the aoyai she wore that day. When she felt sad or lonely, she took out the seed and thought of the brave young emperor. And when she married a young man chosen by her parents, she carried the seed inside her pocket for good luck, long life, and many children. When her husband marched off to war, she raised her children alone. One day, bombs fell all around, and soldiers clamored door to door. She took the time to grab the seed, but left her mother of pearl hair combs lying on the floor. One terrible day, her family scrambled into a crowded boat and set out on a stormy sea. Ba watched the mountains and the waving palms slowly fade away. She held the seed in her shaking fingers and silently said goodbye. She arrived in a strange new land with blinking lights and speeding cars and towering buildings that scraped the sky and a language she didn't understand. She worked many years, day and night, and so did her children and her sisters and her cousins too, living together in one big house. Last summer, my little brother found the special seed and asked questions again and again. He'd never seen a lotus bloom or an emperor on a golden dragon throne. So one night, he stole the seed from beneath the family altar and planted it in a pool of mud somewhere near Ba's onion patch. Ba cried and cried, When she found out the seed was gone, she didn't eat, she didn't sleep, and my silly brother forgot what spot of earth held the seed. Then one day in spring, my grandmother shouted, and we all ran to the garden and saw a beautiful pink lotus unfurling its petals, so creamy and soft. It is the flower of life and hope, my grandmother said. No matter how ugly the mud or how long the seed lies dormant, the bloom will be beautiful. It is the flower of my country. When the lotus blossom faded and turned into a pod, Ba gave each of her grandchildren a seed to remember her by, and she kept one for herself to remember the emperor by. I wrapped my seed in a piece of silk and hid it in a secret place. Someday I will plant it and give the seeds to my own children and tell them about the day my grandmother saw the emperor cry.
Thank you so much for reading this first book. I guess directing to educators and family members, I think after this book, you could direct and facilitate a conversation with your students or your own children about some of your own family histories or stories that you feel comfortable sharing. And I think it's also an opportunity to talk about the symbol of a flower and what that can represent. So those are two teaching ideas or family conversation ideas that you can be now utilizing with this novel or children's book. And I think now we can move to the next book, which is Eyes That Kiss in the Corners by Joanna Ho. And this is about how can we be kind to ourselves and be kind to each other, loving who we are and celebrating what each of us look like in our own unique ways, and being kind about how we look, and making sure that we're really genuinely caring for one another and making sure that we are kind to ourselves as well.
Eyes That Kiss in the Corners by Joanna Ho, illustrated by Dong Ho. Some people have eyes like sapphire lagoons, with lashes like lace trim on ball gowns, sweeping their cheeks as they twirl. Big eyes, long lashes. Not me. I have eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea. My eyes are just like Mama's. Mama's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea crinkle into crescent moons. When she comes home from work, she scoops me in her arms, eyes sparkling like starlight, and tickles me until we laugh ourselves onto the floor. When Mama tucks me in at night, her eyes tell me I'm a miracle. In those moments when she's all mine, flecks of dancing gold tell me I'm hers too. My mama is my sun and sky, and her eyes are just like Ama's. Ama's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea don't work like they used to, but she sees all the way into my heart and can even read my mind. Her eyes are filled with so many stories. I can fall inside them and swim until time stops. I see Gao Yin with the monkey king sitting on a lotus serene, baubles of lychee on trees and mountains that reach for the sea. My Ama never ages, and her eyes are like Mimi's. Mimi's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea blink against the window until I come home from school. They disappear beneath her two-tooth smile when I walk in the door. She toddles after me, gazing up at me like I am her best present. I hope she looks at me like that forever, because when she looks at me in that Mimi way, I feel like I can fly. Mimi's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea are just like mine. My eyes crinkle into crescent moons and sparkle like the stars. Gold flecks dance and twirl while stories whirl in their oolong pools, carrying tales of the past and hope for the future. My eyes find mountains that rise ahead and look up when others shut down. My lashes curve like the swords of warriors, and through them, I see kingdoms in the clouds. My eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea are a revolution. They are Mama and Ama and Mimi. They are me, and they are beautiful.
Yay, I love that book. It just warms my heart to hear it. And I think for educators and our families of elementary students and children, now could be a great time to facilitate dialogue with your students or children about what does it mean to be kind to others, and what does it mean to be kind to ourselves. And those are two very important conversations for our elementary youth to be talking about right now. And for also all of us as adults to be talking about too. So I just want to say thank you so much to Miss Janet Hudson for doing the 2 read-alouds today. Again, my name is Miss Thomas, and thank you for participating in these 2 very important and very beautiful read-alouds. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.